If you have ever spent time in a shop where the air compressor sounds like a jet engine taking off every time it kicks on, you know exactly how annoying that can be. This 15 horsepower rotary screw unit from Bilowk takes a completely different approach. Instead of that jarring stop and start cycle that rattles the walls, this thing uses a variable speed drive to match its output to exactly what the tools are demanding. It is honestly a much smoother way to handle compressed air. Because it is not constantly slamming on and off, the noise level stays right around 70 decibels, which is surprisingly manageable for a machine with this much muscle. You can actually hold a conversation in the same room without shouting, which is a massive win for anyone working long shifts. Now, the setup is pretty straightforward, but do not let that fool you into thinking this is a plug-and-play garage toy. It is a serious piece of industrial equipment that requires a 230-volt three-phase power supply. If you are trying to run this on standard residential power, you are going to hit a wall immediately because it simply will not work without that specific electrical setup. There is no magic converter that is going to bridge that gap, so make sure your shop is wired for it before you even think about pulling the trigger. Once it is hooked up, though, it is ready to go right out of the box. The real beauty here is the efficiency. By adjusting the motor speed in real time, it cuts out that wasted energy you usually see when a compressor is just idling or overpressurizing. It is the kind of thing that pays for itself over a year or two if you are running it constantly for things like CNC machines or heavy-duty automotive work. One thing to keep in mind is the environment. It is definitely not a fan of moisture or extreme outdoor conditions. If you are planning to tuck this into a corner of a dusty or damp workshop, you really need to keep it clean and maybe even build a little enclosure if it is near an exterior wall. It is a sturdy machine, but it is not invincible against the elements. It would have been nice if the footprint was a little more compact for tighter spaces, as it does take up a fair bit of floor real estate, but that is the trade-off for having a reliable, high-output system. If you are tired of dealing with inconsistent pressure and the constant headache of a loud, inefficient piston compressor, this is a solid step up that actually makes sense for a professional environment. It is built to work hard, stay quiet, and keep the air flowing without making a fuss.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.